Hey guys, thanks for watching TFBTV. I'm Joel. Today we're going to review the Mauser M18. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to review the new Mauser M18. I say new, it's been out for about a year. I think they introduced it at this time last year at SHOT Show. I'm just now getting my hands on it. And so I'm going to go ahead and do a full review on this for you today. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some technical specifications, some of the features of the gun. We're going to put rounds on paper at 100 yards from 5 different types of ammunition to see what it does for accuracy. And then we're also going to stretch it out to probably 500 yards today and see what it'll do. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started with the Fiocchi Exacta Match. This is a 175 grain. Shooting 5-shot groups, 100 yards. All right, next is the Federal Gold Medal Match, 175 grain. All right, next up is the SIG OTM. This is a 168 grain. Having a zeroing issue down there. It was all zeroed up for the first ammunition I used, the Fiocchi. Then we got a little bit further off when we went to the Federal Gold Medal Match, and now that we're on to the SIG, we're a good 2 minutes off to the left. So I'm going to take a minute and adjust this. See if we can bring the other 4 of these shots back to the right where they belong. All right, this is the Remington Core Locked in a 150 grain. And last up here, guys, is the Hornady 168 grain ELDMs. All right, guys. Well, here's our groups. We've got the Fiocchi Federal Gold Medal Match, the SIG OTM, the Remington Core Locked, and the Hornady 168 grain. And, you know, let's go ahead and start with this Remington 150 because it's safe to say the gun did not like that. We've got a group here. Let's see. This group is 3 1/4 inches center to center from the two farthest outside. So, you know, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad for a bolt gun. So it's safe to say that did not like that ammunition. All right, guys, so just talking about the accuracy downrange, I'm really fairly impressed with it. Just being kind of a, you know, over-the-counter gun, what I call over-the-counter gun. So there's nothing custom about it. You just run into a big box store and pick it up off the shelf and purchase it. You know, they claim a sub-MOA accuracy guarantee. And I was only able to get 1 MOA of accuracy out of all 4 of these different, all 5 of these different ammunition types today. You know, it really didn't like the Remington, as I showed you. The group was 3 1/4 inches at 100 yards. Really did not like that core-locked hunting ammunition. For a gun that's supposed to be a hunting gun, that was a little bit curious to me, that bad of a group. That being said, the other ammunitions all gave me exactly 1 MOA of accuracy at 100 yards. No complaints from that. You know, it shot all of those types of things pretty well. I did take the gun out to 500 yards in 100-yard increments. No issues there. I had a no wind day, which is great when it comes to shooting a 308. I will also say the recoil is significant. You know, it's a 308, so it's manageable. It's not horrible, but it is a very lightweight gun. This gun comes in at 6.4 pounds, I believe. And so that 308 recoil is quite noticeable. You know, I put probably 100 rounds of 308 through this gun today, and my shoulder's definitely feeling it. All right, let's go over a few of the features of the gun. So it does have a synthetic stock, which gives it the majority of its lightweight. You know, it weighs in about 6.4 pounds. It does have these rubberized grip panels, you know, underneath the front, the fore end of the gun, and right down here where your dominant hand you know, grip placement is. Gives it a positive feeling, no slip type of grip. So that's not too bad. It does have an adjustable trigger. It comes from the factory, I believe, set at 4 pounds, and it does adjust down to as light as 2 pounds. It's very crisp, very little take up, virtually no creep. Another interesting thing that it does have is a compartment here in the buttstock. These little Mauser emblems on either side of the rifle actually are buttons, so you push them and the rear of the stock comes apart, and it's made to hold a cleaning kit if you so choose. Up on front here, it does come with just a single sling swivel stud, which I went ahead and used to mount my Harris bipod up on the front there. Works out quite well, and you know, looks pretty good on the rifle too. Obviously, it's got the tried and true Mauser action. The bolt handle is straight, it's not swept at all, it's just kind of a straight up and down pull. I had no issues with the reliability of this rifle today. It fed all of the rounds perfectly, it ejected them all perfectly, and it does have a nice feature in that the bolt face is actually equipped with dual ejection rods. And so what that does, according to Mauser, is it makes the ejection of each round, each spent case, very consistent. It's going to come out at a 90-degree angle, they said, and come out in a very similar spot every single time. The point behind that is that sometimes a spent casing can bounce up against the scope turret and then get itself lodged back into the action of the gun and cause a malfunction. And so they created that with the dual ejection rods to kick that spent case straight out to the side at 90 degrees away from the rifle, ensuring that none of those types of malfunctions happen. Something else of note is the three-way safety. So it's got 3 positions here. The safety at the far rear of the gun ensures that the firing mechanism inside the trigger will not allow that to be pulled. It also doesn't allow the bolt to be moved at all. It completely locks the trigger and the bolt in place. If you move that trigger position 1 spot forward, it allows the bolt to move and cycle so that you can you know, chamber and unchamber around, but the trigger is still blocked and on safe. And then of course, if you move it all the way to the front, to the red, Then we've got, checking to make sure there's nothing in there, we've got the ability to go ahead and pull the trigger and fire the weapon. Really no complaints from me, guys. You know, at an MSRP of around $600, it's really not a bad hunting rifle. The barrel is cold hammer forged. This one is chambered in .308, although they have 6.5 Creedmoor and you know, some larger calibers as well. And so it really is a fairly versatile little rifle. Guys, thanks for watching TFBTV today. Hope you appreciated the review of the M18 from Mauser. I'm pretty impressed with this little rifle. No complaints, you know, and had a lot of fun shooting it out to about 500 yards today. Hey, take a minute to hit up our sponsor, Ventura Munitions. We sure appreciate their support. They provide ammunition for videos and things like this. Also consider supporting us through Patreon. There's monthly giveaways to our Patreon supporters. You might not want to miss out on that. And tune in again soon for another great video from TFBTV.